So what I'm going to do is we are going to zoom in a whole bunch. Okay, can everybody hear me? Because I can't hear myself. Fantastic. How many of you have already used like DNU commands, install, user secrets? Hands, user secrets? Do you know what user secrets is? Do you know what DNX watch is? A few people, people in the ASP.NET team apparently really know what DNX watch is. Who would have thought? Move it up more. How's that? Is that better? Okay, so the concept that we're talking about is global commands. If you come over and go to NuGet, let's make this big, and let's look at that. So this is DNX watch. If you have a look on here, there's also a NuGet package called Microsoft.framework.secretmanager, which is where the secrets, user secrets command that you guys who have used it have put your hand up to talk about, that said you've used it, got that package, got that command from. So what we're talking about is global commands, which are DNU commands install, right? And this is effectively a way for you to ship console applications, command line utilities via NuGet out to somebody. Right? So you give your DNU commands install Microsoft.dnx.watcher. It goes and grabs DNX watch. We ship the secret manager, user secrets, and we ship DNX watch this way as global commands. This is a lot faster than it'll probably be on your machine because I've kind of installed this a few times today, and I expect most stuff is cached fairly well. Now I can go DNX watch, and it'll crash because it's nothing. I'm not giving it the right arguments to watch. But previously to running this command, I had no DNX watch on my command line. So in one command, I've gone to NuGet, I've downloaded the NuGet package, it's got a console application in it, and then I can type, and then it runs, right? It's very, very similar to those of you who have done Node, have been using Node global modules, right? Node in npm install-g, right? So, where DNX watch? Okay, so it's in this folder. So if we go and look in .dnx/bin, I have a couple of things. I've got this DNX watch thing, I've got this user secrets thing that we talked about earlier. So if I have a look at those files, /.dnx/bin /dnx-watch. Okay, so now if we can follow the rabbit hole here, where it just takes us further and further in until eventually you get to this folder over here that I've got open in Finder, which is the app folder for user secrets, where I've got where the actual application itself ends up, right? If we look inside the DNX, then what we have here is /bin. We had packages, and then if we look in, zoom back out, there, I have a whole bunch of packages. So when you install the global command, it downloads the global command package, it puts that on my machine, it runs restore, goes and finds all the dependencies of my command. So because you depend upon Newtonsoft.json, doesn't mean you carry Newtonsoft.json in your console application. It means that you will restore it along with your app, along with your console app when we download it. It also means that it's out of your user profile packages location. You can go nuke your user profile packages location, and it doesn't break this global console application that you've got now available on your shell. Okay? So we ship DNX watch this way, and we ship Secret Manager this way. Secret Manager is a way for you, is a console application that will manage a config JSON file that's not inside your project, it's in your user profile, just to get it out of your source tree. And then there's an associated package with secrets that'll pull in keys from that config file. You can go add user secrets and it'll go get it as well. It's basically just kind of some code to make it obvious that we don't want you to put your OAuth tokens inside your config.json inside your source code, source control. Because for lots of people, they check those into GitHub, and then you do a code search on GitHub and you find everybody's tokens, right? In fact, I believe when GitHub first turned on their code search feature, they had to turn it off because they realized everybody had checked in all of their keys everywhere, right? So DNX Watcher is the ability to do, it gives you the ability to run your application. It'll watch all the files in your application. If any of those files change, it'll kill the process and it'll start it up again. This is how you can run, you can set up Gulp and you can run DNX Watch and, and browser sync and then have a nice flow with my browser open, edit some code and refresh. Okay, there are some docs. I'm kind of running through a lot of this content super quick because I'm feeding into people's break. And there is docs that are actually pretty good on docs.asp.net on using commands, where we explain what global commands are and we give you some details on how to build them. And what they are is a DNX console application with an entry point. And that's effectively it. There's nothing else special about them. You can try and install effectively any package on NuGet, and if we don't, and we'll detect when you try and install it whether or not it has entry points that we can use, and if not, it won't work. You can also uninstall packages. There is DNU commands uninstall. And if you uninstall, there is an unfortunate discrepancy between the names of our packages and the names of our commands, which I'm going to take this opportunity to object to again. For the people up in the back corner in the team. I installed Microsoft.dnx.watcher. It's the name of the NuGet package. But that thing installed commands on my path, the DNX watch command. So I'm actually uninstalling the DNX watch command, not the package that it contained the DNX watch command. We happen to ship packages where the package name is not the same as the thing, so there's some, at least for me, there's a disjoint there, but it makes sense if you kind of understand what's going on. When it uninstalls, it will walk all the dependencies and uninstall any packages from the packages folder that aren't needed anymore. Okay? So this packages folder that's in here is just managed via going through this DNU commands thing. Yes?
So you're sharing dependencies, meaning if two different commands have the same dependencies, those dependencies are different.
Yes, your question was if I have two global commands using the same dependencies, I'll only have that dependency on my machine once. Yes, that is true, because all of our commands all use the same dependencies, right? We knew that was a problem from the very beginning, and that's why they're package dependencies, and we do the whole restore thing, partly why, and you get all of that. This stuff is to avoid that exact problem.
Are there any possible side effects with that? Like, I might have expected I was going to get this version, but because my version policy...
If the package dependencies are by version, inside each of these folders is a version number. You could depend upon version 1, I could depend upon version 2, and we'll get version 1 and 2 side by side, right? Yeah. Okay? So, that is the very, very quick whirlwind tour of global commands. We were going to go into a lot more detail and dig into a lot more stuff, but we don't have any time. So, if you want to talk about it, feel free to come find me. You should go and try DNX Watch if you haven't tried it already. It is the first time. Previously, you could do Control F5 inside Visual Studio and edit the controller and refresh the browser. DNX Watch lets you do that from the command line. You can run it so you can do it everywhere. And Secret Manager you should be familiar with if you want to do what we tell people they should do, which is to not have secrets or anything remotely resembling a secret inside source control. In the future, things like the Entity Framework command to do migrations will be one of these. Also, this feature is almost definitely going to become a NuGet feature. So it'll be kind of a mainline NuGet feature. So you'll be NuGet install -G, for example, or something like that. Yes?
It's a little still rough in some places, but you guys don't seem to be talking about command line utils that compiling from source. That, if anybody's writing DNX utilities, that is like a really great package to take advantage of because it does things like parsing out your commands and options and things like that.
You mean the source dependency on the command line utils package? Yeah, so if you look at our packages, they depend upon a package we have to do parsing of command lines that all of our stuff shares, and they share it as a source dependency, so it actually compiles into your app. If you like that package, there may be some changes in that happening in the future, probably, maybe, but as in there might be different packages you could depend upon. But yeah, in the short term, if you want to get something to easily parse all of your command line arguments, you can feel free to use that thing, right? We don't ship it as a package, just a source. For various reasons, and it's you're choosing to take a dependency on something that's that way. It's kind of shipping it as source is saying, you know, you're taking a source dependency on this thing. It's not like a binary official thing that we're shipping. It's just something we happen to use, but it does works well for us. Okay, excellent. I shall let you continue with your break. Make sure that you were all here for the next presentation, especially if you liked hearing about the last one. Thank you.